Your day should be filled with crayons and coloring books and markers outside the lines and doodles on the edge of the pages, but it's not. And 7 should be playing in the backyard as your brother chases you and screams, "Tag, you're it." And 7 shouldn't be dodging broken pieces of glass and needles spread throughout the house covering any trace of happiness. 7 should be easy, but instead at 7 and your brother at 8, you are stuck in a white van and your older brother who has trouble speaking, so you express the pain of 2 children and screams that adults hear as nonsense and squeaking. 2 children holding on to each other, crying tears for your mother who you will later build up so much anger for that you scream at her without her even being present because you are so hurt by the fact that she would rather put the pipe to her mouth or wrap the cord around her arm so tight that the vein is bulging than to be blessed with your presence. 7 for you will be foster homes with families who will make you sleep on the back porch as punishment for wetting the bed when they took away your nightlight, and they have no reason to care because at the end of the day, their check is there. The $100 and some, but you're paying an amount of childhood, and that doesn't seem right. And 7 shouldn't be puffy eyes every day because on several occasions they threatened to take your brother away, who at 7 was the only family you had left. And 7 shouldn't be passing out in the parking lot of CYS after seeing your mother for what the lady with the gray suit on said would be the last time, so you cried so hard that you ran out of breath. 7 shouldn't be this hard, but things settle down as this 6'4" dark angel approaches you with a smile exactly like your own and legs that look like roots of a 100-year-old tree in the ground, who takes you in his arms that at the time seemed like they could carry the weight of the world, and his name tag says Atlas. I call him Daddy, and see, at 7 things shouldn't be that hard, but they will get better, and not at 8, 10, or even 15, but one day you'll look back and this will all seem like one big bad dream.
I love you.
So as y'all can see, we're starting a little deep. So mine is called Let's Face It. No matter how hard I try, my thoughts always return to the pain-filled, future-forbidden territory that hardened my heart, our past. And to myself, I promised each argument we had would be my last, but looking back, I realized I don't really have to look back to uncover the past because really, it's my present. But this present is never on my Christmas list, and ironically, but this present is never on my Christmas list, but it seems to make its way under the tree each year, and ironically, it's the only thing I ever get from you. All the negativity and disowning felt more real than I love you I'd hear now and then, but let's face it, shit got real when I stopped pretending. And how can you blame me to think that all your apologies were half-assed when every single day I awake I eat our past for breakfast? I try to induce vomit and up comes the broken promises you've imprisoned me in, or would I've imprisoned upon myself, but remember I had help from you. From all the trust I tried to put into you. I tried to give you leeway thinking that's just how it was, that you were only passing down what you had growing up, but that I just can't seem to keep this down. I can only digest pure and sweet love, and yours tastes a little bitter, like my last shot's aftertaste. And no, this poem is not to throw all this into your face. I just need to let it go. I can't carry all this weight. I know that walking around with all this anger and hate wasn't the reason in which I was made, and it is nothing but perfect. You say I portray well. Hello to the perfect and perfect little girl I see in the mirror each day that longs to have her mother back or to live above and beyond your limited expectations of only getting so far in life. And thanks for degrading me, for trying to be independent and live without you. Because the truth of the matter is, I'd rather learn the hard way than come crawling back to where I never belonged or felt at home, which is in your muscular tattooed arms. I pray to be strong because despite what you think, it was hard to survive alone, but I did it. And you missed it. I had thoughts to bend over and say kiss it, but deep down to have you around, I wished it. But it was after the third wish, so the genie in the bottle couldn't give it.
Me and Michelle talk all the time, like, about writing and stuff, so I always tell her I've been stuck writing angry, and I have. So I've been trying to, like, write nice or write happy. So this is my attempt. On the first day, I would see you and your smile would brighten my sky like a 7:45 sunrise, and I would melt into your arms and I would fit into them perfectly like Play-Doh. I can mold to fit whatever you want me to be, but indefinitely I will always be me. I will always return to my shape, and when you put your hands around my waist, I'll look you in your eyes and fall into the depths of outer space. And when I wake, I'll stand and I'll be directly in the center of your galaxy, somewhere outside of Venus. And I would love you with the meanest of love, so fierce, and you would never want to leave. And I would love you with the deepest of loves, like the roots of a 1,000-year-old tree. And I would love you with the least of selfish loves, giving you all of me. And I would love you with the most indefinite of loves, and it would be endlessly and forever and ever. But I have to know your name first. But I don't want my harmless attraction to be taken as thirst, because you know that compliments can go two ways, and these days some people only accept them graciously and others think you're extremely dehydrated. Like you've never seen a handsome man before and you don't know how to act. When in fact, you've seen plenty, it's just none of them have ever caught my eye like you. And it's only the first day, I should probably ask you what your name is. I can't gather the courage to ask you, and I don't know why, because usually I'm confident. And I can speak to any guy, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I know if I try, I can have you and put you in my shopping cart like a grocery store. You know I can bag you. But for some reason on this first day, I'm not that strong. Give me a few more days and maybe I'll be ready, because that smile is pulling me in, and those arms I just want to lay in, and your heart, I know I can get it. I can get it to be for me, and just not on the first day. Give me a couple more, maybe like 4, and I'll be ready, and I know that I'll have you. And it might take me a bit, but it won't take me forever. I'm skilled and I'm clever, and like I said, if I want you, I'm gonna get it. And you don't even know, but I already bought my ticket, and I'm first in line, and it's just for you. And not the first day show, but I'll be there in a few.
Alright, so last time, a lot of my poems are kind of angry, so a little while ago I wrote one that wasn't, so I'm going to do that one. It's called Shorty Business.
Hey.
See me, and my shorty had business. But I am a witness to this misfit relationship of us. Love tough? No. But it could have been lust. He was such a distraction to achieving the perfect picture destined for me. His speech was eloquent, always provided what I wanted to hear from him, promises, compliments, games to no end, pursued me with his entire heart, but once I had a hold of him and him it, he backed off. Love lost, fragile heart because of a fool. I was his tool that he used, and poof, he was gone. We had business, but that business was flawed, so I moved on and waited for my real man to come. Tall, dark, and handsome, he was mine. Mighty fine in retrospect of his looks. He knew me like a book and memorized on my pages. He had 2 faces, but they weren't of the usual. He exercised refusal to turn into my last 2 issues. Strength, love, with the displays of his face is the strength I could hold. His love, I could almost taste it. You can number trace it into a heart, color it in with the skin, and have it beat his beats of perfection. We're stepping within the rejected failures of past love, and tiptoeing around the mistletoe. I'm paralyzed in his eyes. This is real love. He is business.
Show it.